Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt and this Team Chicago Challenge. We're on Lake Wallace, West Bend, Wisconsin. Big brothers, big sisters. 2 events. Got American screws, got Canadian screws. Canadian screws are longer. 2 races, hour and a half long. I'm riding with Team Bear on Kawasaki. Heated grip, it's going to be pretty nice. And so let's see the beginning of this first hour and a half race. American screws first, and let's see who's fast on Lake Wallace.
There will be vehicles out there plowing while the race is going on. Probably 2 to 3 trucks. There's plenty of ice, guys. We checked the ice on Tuesday before we even got all of this cold snap. The minimum amount of ice we had anywhere was 14 inches. So we're set that way. Everything is good. We will have the start. We're going to stage you. There'll be 4 rows, probably 4 rows of guys, okay? Obviously, you know, if you're one of the faster guys, you're going to be up in front. If you're not that experienced, please don't go to the front row. You're going to get yourself in a mess up there. We got some really talented riders out front. So West Bend Harley, huge sponsor of ours. Western Snowplows, Douglas Dynamics Western Snowplows is the keynote sponsor for this event. They write a big check to big brothers and big sisters every year for this. Duquesne Masonry, West Bend Elevator. All right, guys, any questions before we go?
And after the riders meeting, it is time to line up. This is the AMA screw race. The screws on these motorcycles are AMA approved. These are the general screws that we use throughout the United States. It's going to be a 1 1/2 hour race. Some of the teams participating include Just Go Racing, Truck Racers, 328 Power Sports. They got 2 teams out there, Metzler, Harley-Davidson, and BMW. Retriever Racing, they've been racing many years on the ice. West Bend Harley, Woodstock KTM, Wicked MX, Rooster Racing, Team Master Force, Hot Carl Racing, the Moto Ice Team, Mac Daddy Racing, George Mack, my good pal, riders, Old Buzzard Racing, it's Dan LaShawn. All the entry fee for this race will go to the big brothers, big sisters, as we see in the clown suit, that is my good pal, Joe Stoppelworth from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, Phil Young from Des Plaines, Illinois. We'll wait for the green flag to fly. First wave is off. Jumping in the lead, that may be Mr. Schnabel on the outside, number 33. Second wave is off. Third wave is off. We're on board with Phil Young, Team Bear. Fourth wave is off. Waiting for the green flag. Fifth wave is off. We see Joe Stoppelworth on little Yamaha, a clown motorcycle. Joe Stoppelworth clowning around. With the Team Bear helmet cam, we get to see Phil Young following Joe. A nice 2.5 mile, 2.5 to 3 mile road course, left and right hand turns. Got a couple good shoots, straightaways. As the fifth wave heads out, the leaders are heading back towards the start-finish line. Like 33's up front, that is J.R. Schnabel. J.R. Schnabel's on that Action Power Sport Suzuki. Right behind them looks like 01, it's Jacob Weinmeier. and he's on the 328 Power Sports. And 328 Power Sports I believe, is the team that won the Steel Shoe 3 hour. Looking great. 59, it's Jacob Jepson, and he's on that Jepson Racing. Trey Johnson, 64, on that Master Force 36s. John Stewart, he's on that Lemon Pie 125. 61, Chris Johnson, he's on Jetpack Racing. Nick Smith is running number 50 on Team Smithy. 72 is Eric Mischler, he's on that Mischler. Harley Davidson, BMW, Chad Pengram on that Ringworm tires. Cody Thompson, 06 on Vince's Bomb motorcycle. Number 20 is Jason Warnke, he's on Rooster Racing. 02, that's Mike Weinmeimer, and he's on the other 328 Power Sport, that's the B team. Phil Young continues to foul. Joe Stoppelworth on that 125 Yamaha TDR, I believe, 125. They catch the flag, finishing the first lap. 125 Yamaha and a 300 Kawasaki. Having big fun, big brothers, big sisters, Lake Wallace. And before this race started, I had a chance to talk to both Joe Stoppelworth and Phil Young. So we're going to go to those comments right now.
Morning, Joe Stoppelworth, not just clowning around. We're out here to do a benefit race for Big Brothers and Big Sisters on Lake Wallace, just north of West Bend. And beautiful day. We've been hoping for some snow to help outline the track a little better. And looks like we got a good turnout. We're going to have a good time.
So what do you ride?
I'm riding Otis Moto TTR 125. I want to thank Todd Lefevre for letting me ride this sweet 125 today.
Morning, Dan. Phil Young here. We're doing the Big Brothers Big Sisters ice race endurance up here on Wallace Lake in West Bend, Wisconsin. It's actually pretty nice out here. I think this is the 20th anniversary. I'm not sure. But these guys doing a great job. Good benefit. It's going to be a beautiful day out here, all to benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters, Mid-Cities.
You gentlemen, as we see J.R. Schnabel, what else can be said about this great rider? He has won AMA National Championship races. He is a genuine go fast, one of the fastest riders ever out of Wisconsin. As we got this young Jacob Wiemeyer staying right there, running all the tricks, watching the pro up front. And now it's my time to take the Team Bear Kawasaki out on the course. Gonna keep it down the schoolyard speeds in the pits. Get the okay. Blast out onto the track. Let's take a look at this road course on the ice. We're in front of Eddie's Lake House. Got a tight left-hand turn over to a tighter right-hand turn that takes you into the pretty good size straightaway. It's a 300 Kawasaki, 4 strokes, single cylinder. Phil put the tires together, and Phil's been working on the rear suspension, and I got to say, the bike feels pretty good. I'm getting pretty good traction. This 300cc 4-stroke is not very fast though. You gotta stay on the gas. It's a wide open move around the entire track. Still you get motored. As we see bike number 90, that's Derek Bussey. He's on that Sawmill MX Yamaha, I believe. Right with him is Frank Caballero on Team Barbarella. So it's Frank Caballero from Team Barbarello trying to run down Derek Bussey on that Sawmill MX team. Come up on these 2 bikes, see if I can work my way around the outside. Bike slows down too much, I'm gonna take the outside line, get by this bike. Big fun on the Team Bear Kawasaki 300 four-stroke Kawasaki heading out to continue the battle. As we see, J.R. Schnabel just went by the start-finish line. He is out of the race. He is hearing an evil noise in that engine. From what I understand, this engine only had 8 hours of running. He may have lost some oil. This is the disaster for J.R. Schnabel. Action Power Sports Suzuki. BC 66, that's Jim Beckman. He's on that Team JJ, running in third place as he comes flashing by. 36 is John Stewart. He's on that Lemon Pie 125, and Jordan or Alex Pintar, they're running in 15th place on that number 17 Honda. Coming by now, the new leader, 72. This is Eric Mischler. Eric Mischler, I believe he's on a KTM. He's sponsored by Mischler, Harley Davidson, BMW in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. He is now leading Jacob Windmeyer on that 328 Power Sport 18 bike through the chain and cracked one of the cases on their Honda, so he is out of the race. As the white flag flies, we see 59, that's Jacob Chesno, is on that Jesco Racing. He is racing in second place. 17 is R&B Enterprise. 02 comes by, that is Mike Wiemeyer or Tony Butler. They are running in fifth place as we see Old Buzzards Racing 83. That could either be, I think that is Gordon Lundy, but he's running with Dan LaShawn and Frank Anderson, and they are on that Southeast Sales in Milwaukee. Southeast Sales, KTM, Old Buzzard Racing, having a great time on that 450 KTM. As Phil Young heads towards the start-finish line on the Team Bear Kawasaki. Phil ran the majority of the race, and Team Bear, Phil Young, with a little bit of help from me, finished in 26th place. Maybe one of the best finishes so far. And picking up the win, it is Eric Mischler. Mischler, Harley Davidson, BMW. He's on that KTM motorcycle. The second place went to Jacob Jesco on the Jesco Racing Yamaha. Third place went to Jim Beckman. Jim Beckman was on Team JJ, number 66. Fourth place was number 19 at Derek Lomner, and he's on that Truck Racer Honda. Fifth place went to Mike Wiemeyer and Tony Butler on that 328 Power Sport B-Team Yamaha. Now back in the pits, we're going to take a look at the screws. These are Canadian screws on a front tire. You can see how much taller they stick out. They stick up almost 3/8 of an inch or close to a 1/2 inch above the surface as you look at the Canadian screws on the back and the AMA approved screws. A great comparison. You can see that the Canadian screws will give greater traction, and you will notice in this race that the riders will ride with a different style. As you look at the lineup for the Canadian screw race, some of the teams competing out here include West Bend Harley Davidson number 2, West Bend Harley Davidson number 1, Scott Fishmeyer 538 team, the Has-Beens, the NGR team, Parker Lange Racing, JDS Services, Moto Ice 62, West Bend Harley, Canadian Shred. All the entry fees for these events go to the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Washington County. Flag flies, jumping off the line, looks like Jesse Janish right there, number 70, Danny Muir. 04 could be Tyler Rosine or Chris Johnson on that Deadpool Racing Honda. Second wave flashing off the line, pushing a bike off the side. Another wave blasts off the line. Another wave waiting to go. Canadian screw race is off and they are charging. We swing the camera around looking for the leader up front. It looks like Parker Lange. Parker Lange on the Parker Lange Racing Honda. He's got the great lead right with him. Number 2, that is Jesse Janish. Jesse Janish on that NDR 32 Honda. Third place could be number 38. That could be Scott Fisher. As we see this young Parker Lange looking good. And you will notice just lays it over. The screws on these bikes work magnificently as he goes flashing by. 32 is Jesse Janish. Got some of the bikes that they come by. I'm not getting every number. 38 was Scott Fisher. Number 44, that was Max Meyer. Number 84 in 7th place was Jacob Ellis. Number 70 at the Mirror Bertzman team. 62 is Rob Windmeyer on that Moto Ice. 46 is Randy Moore. 54 is Jack Pooch on that Blackbeard Racing. 31 is Tyler Steer. 42 is Nick Lindbergh. Oh no, having a problem. Let's slow this down as we see this rider losing his front wheel. That is Max Meyer. Max Meyer is on that Canadian Shred Honda. You can see the front wheel wash out. And earlier in the pits, I had a chance to talk to this young rider. He's going to tell us about racing motorcycles on the ice.
My name is Max Meyer, here at Wallace Lake. I've ran this race the last few years. It's one of my favorites. It's a lot of fun. I'm running the Canadian and the AMA screw race, and I'm really excited, hoping to do well this year.
Thank you, Max. As we see this battle shaping up for 18th place about it, Jordan Winner and Sonny Johnson and the JS team, number 96. They are battling with Jeremy Gillis on the Jer Bear Racing, number 77, as they flash by the start-finish line. And in the pits now, it looks like Team Deadpool. That could either be Tyler Rosine handing off to Chris Johnson or Chris Johnson handing off to Tyler Rosine. They are riding a 450 Honda 4-stroke, and they are running in 15th place at this point as we get to the halfway point. This 90-minute Canadian screw race right here on Lake Wallace. As we swing the camera, the Janish, the Reuter team, the rider team is in the pits right now. And it looks like there's a battle for the lead going on between Parker Lange, numbers 58, 24 is Brad Toma and Brad Rosine teaming up on Team Has-Been. They are trying to chase down the leader at this point. Parker Lange still up front, number 58, 24, trying to make that move to second place. It is my time to take out the KTM. This is Southeast Sales KTM. It's a 450 KTM motorcycle. Dan LaShawn has given me an opportunity to see what this bike is like. I should point out this bike only has the American approved, the AMA screw, so I will be at a disadvantage. But let's check out this racetrack. This 450 KTM makes some great horsepower as we head through this left-hand turn that will take us into a tighter right-hand turn, and that will take us in the first nice little straightaway that will bend over to the right. Let's check it out. This bike makes some pretty good horsepower. It is getting a little bit snowy. The Canadian screws will drag up more snow on the track, will create more of a snow cone effect on the track because they really do dig up the ice. As I go through this left-hander, it's a left-right combination, and that will take me over to another short chute, to another left-right combination. I want to thank Dan LaShawn for letting me take this KTM out. I'm having a blast. This is big fun. The temperature is beautiful. It's approximately 15 to 20 degrees. The wind isn't too bad, and it is snowing. What a beautiful day to be in Wisconsin racing motorcycles on the ice. As we swing the camera, we get to see this battle royale. 6 to 8 bikes are battling out. Number 38 is Scott Fishner, and he's running in 4th place. 15 is Brian Murphy or Jardin Roop, and they're running in 6th place. Number 15. 52 is Jeremy Boydlander, and he's racing with Adam Bodie, and they're running in 24th place. 44 is Max Mayer on the Canadian Shred team, and he is flying. Number 11 is Mike Bauer, and he's on that Kicker 2.5 racing team. Back and forth, left hand, right hand. What a great race on the track. This is when it's really exciting. When you're trying to get by the guy in front of you and you got 3 people breathing down your neck. As we see 27, that is West Bend Harley Davidson, could be either Todd Steinman or Joe Stoffer on number 27. They are battling with 31. That is Tyler Shears on that Team Yelty. As they go flashing by the start-finish line one more time. 84 is in the pits now. That is Team Yamaha. It could either be Jacob Ellis or Dayton Bender. They're on a 450 Yamaha as they head out to do battle. They are running in 15th place at this point of the race, having a good solid race on this 2.5 to 3 mile road course, Lake Wallace. As we see number 25 could be either Dan Landers or Dan Murr, and they're on that West Bend Harley Davidson number 2 bike, and they are running a good solid 7th place at this point as we're winding down this 90-minute Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Washington County, Wisconsin. 34 teams signed up to meet the challenge right here, running with Canadian Screws. What a great day. The weather is almost nearly perfect for a motorcycle ice race. As we see number 25 go flashing by. In the top 10, it is still Big Moto Ice, JD Service, West Bend Harley, Murphy, Zach, Scott Fishner, the Has-Beens, NDR 32 Racing. Parker Lange is still up front. It is a great day for a motorcycle ice race. We're about 45 miles north of Milwaukee. As we swing the camera around one more time, number 11, that is Mike Bauer. Mike Bauer is running in 24th place at this point, number 11. Breathing down his back, that is number 32. That is Jeremy DeRuiter. They are running in 2nd place. They are on that NDR 2 450 Honda. Good solid race, running in 2nd place. They come towards the start-finish line, and the white flag is flying. 1 lap to go, 1 lap to go. So far, the giantish DeRuiter team has been pretty successful. As we swing the camera over number 10, that is Danton Mertz, and he's on that BM Racing. He is running in 23rd place. Number 45, that is Scott Schnabel. That is J.R. Schnabel's uncle. Scott Schnabel is running a good solid race. He is in 22nd place as he brings his bike to the start-finish line to get the white flag. 1 lap to go. 84 is Team Yamaha. As they come flashing by, they are running in 15th place, putting on a good solid race. As we see 58, Parker Lange. Parker Lange is not being denied. He is running a good solid race. He's going to go on and pick up the win. The Canadian section of the Big Brothers, Big Sisters ice race right here at Wallace Lake. 77 is Jeremy Unton. He's finishing 25th place. 42 is Nick Lindberg, and he's on that Yamaha. He's finishing 11th place. Mike Berger, number 11. Mike Bauer finishing in 18th place, 24 laps complete. 71 is Evan Snow, and he's on the team 496, finishing in 19th place. So ends up the top 10 was Parker Lane up front on the Parker Lane Racing. Janish and DeRuiter finished in second. Tomei and Rosine on Has-Been finished in third. Scott Fishner was fourth. Zach Wolf was fifth. Brian Murphy with Jordan Haas was sixth. Dan Landers with Dan Murr was seventh. Scott Snellberg was eighth. Ninth place went to Jack Sutherland. And Rob Weinmeier with the Moto Ice 62 bike finished in 10th place. For more information on Big Brothers, Big Sisters, go to bbbswashco.org. Big Brothers, Big Sisters, WashingtonCounty.org. Eddie's Lake House on Facebook, it's Eddie Lake House. Eddie's Lake House on Facebook. Moto Ice on their website is motoice.com. Facebook, go to Moto Ice-LLC. Check it out. Find out more information about the motorcycle ice racing. It was a great day and a great fundraiser for the Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Contact me, and I'd love to hear from my audience. It's teamdan45@gmail.com. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. Dan Schmitt Politics to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum. They're in Winamac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson. They're on Highway 39. Give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles. And to pick up your copy of the Team Chicago history, go to Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois, but give them a call first at 815-838-8130. Their website is richesyamaha.com. Pick up your copy of the Team Chicago history package.